I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't That's why I spend my life with you.
Hi, hotties, kettles, tea stirs. You're here for hot tea. All commentary is alleged, and in my opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only.
Heavenly is all over the place, which is pretty consistent and on brand for Heavenly, seeing as though most people consider her not to be loyal to anyone, and she has basically said out of her own mouth she isn't loyal to anyone except her family. But I'm not gonna lie, it is interesting to see how her opinion transition and fluctuate throughout everything that unravels this season. Because truth be told, I don't understand how you can even fluctuate and unravel, and when it comes to the Mel and Martell situation, I think it's clear as day, and it's always been clear as day. So a few of you guys were saying Heavenly could be doing this for one or two reasons. One, because she got a lot of backlash from the Melometers, especially ever since she did that live, acting as if she didn't know a Melody Cherie, but she only acknowledges a Melody Holt. Or the fact that she's friends with Carlos, her and Carlos know that the ratings are down, and people are upset that they are trying to use Melody fan base as a storyline while being very disingenuous while doing so, as they do everything else. So it's not anything that we actually expect from them other than to be themselves, which is disingenuous frauds. But a few of you guys suspect that Heavenly is in with the hate as well, seeing as though Winter did an interview with Bondi Blue, basically exposing that she don't necessarily think Heavenly is really too kin of or kind of or fond of Melody. And the thing is, the real thing, because people seem to think that Melometers get upset that people don't like Melody. No, we don't really care, but the overall synopsis is none of you guys have anything to stand on when it comes to that. And if you just don't like her because she's not your cup of tea, that's cool too. But when it comes to the situation with her ex-husband, I just don't see, and most of us don't see, how any woman, good woman, would support him or participate in his nonsense with morals, values, principles, self-respect, self-esteem, etc. So understand that people don't care if y'all like or dislike. It's who y'all choose to support in the extent you guys will go out of your disdain for somebody. Technically, you hate a person more than you actually are giving credit. So what's more negative, evil, or mean? Calling an abuser and the people that enable the abuser out, or people aligning themselves with an abuser and supporting an abuser? If this is how these people choose to set up the scene for this season, that's on them and their character to deal with. Everything I've always said on my platform stands, and I am glad that they're doing this because they're showing their hand and proving my points and their character to be evil, spiteful, resentful, unaccountable, and overall lacking morals, integrity, self-respect, etc. I thought it was interesting that Heavenly called out the fact that the new girl didn't go to Mel's event. Who cares, right? Nell didn't go to Mel's event, which was interesting to us considering she went to Stormy's Lovers and Friends event. She also went to a couple of the other cast events. And also the fact that she did a scene with Stormy stating that she hasn't talked to Mel and she disagreed with Mel getting Martell locked up as if he didn't get himself locked up. This is your friend. He has been and showed you guys on multiple occasions his true intent to harm Mel and ruin her reputation, yet everybody can find it in their heart to give Martell all of this grace but not find it in their heart to have any type of empathy and sympathy for Mel regarding the situation with her baby mama. I think it's interesting, and my intuition has never been wrong. If you guys would like to be reminded, go back in my channel, go all the way back to when I first started, and binge all of my videos. I've been very consistent with my message, and if that is mean, so be it. I'd rather be considered mean for calling out abusers than being nice in supporting abusers. And you all know the etymology for nice is what? Kimmy. You guys know my thoughts and opinions when it comes to Letitia and Kimmy not coming to the Melometer live event. They're cowards. That's just their excuse to not support Melody. And as far as Stormy coming to the event, she just wanted camera time, and we don't like Stormy either. And by we, I mean me, which I've outlined why on my channel in a plethora of videos, which none of the cast actually want to address the real reason why the fan base calls them out the way that they do. But that's besides the point. The point is Stormy came and ain't nobody mess with her big nosed ass. Neither were we going to. There are Melometers that still like Stormy, and there are Melometers that don't like Stormy, i.e. me. That don't mean we want to run up on a girl in real life. Maybe it's y'all that don't know how to separate the two. Like us over here on YouTube, we have a job, and that is to give our thoughts and opinions on y'all. And maybe y'all don't understand that y'all have a job as reality stars to produce real authentic stories while still interacting in a blogging world. You guys don't know how to interact with bloggers and or fans, and that's ultimately why you lose. You don't sit in front of bloggers' face that dislike you. You only sit in front of bloggers' face that co-sign your facade, and people don't like that. People like to see people interact with different bloggers for different things, and you guys specifically don't interact with Melometer bloggers, even though they are very neutral, kind, and don't do or say the things that you guys like to accuse bloggers of doing and saying. And Heavenly knows that, which is why she is so successful in this industry, whether people like it or not. Heavenly gonna say any and everything that she want to say on her platform, but to actually step to somebody and disrespect them in a sense of calling them a bitch or a hoe, etc., is absolutely unprofessional, uncalled for, unnecessary. And that is the way that the Scotts are trying to portray the fan base. But that's because they are Bessemer brain hillbillies. And them spending all of this time trying to be manipulative, spiteful, and vindictive instead of being transparent, genuine, and honest is really putting more of a stain on their character than it's doing on somebody else's fan base. Y'all don't play the game smart, and y'all mad at the fans and bloggers for really seeing through y'all facade. However, the piece that we're going to be debunking in today's video is the fact that it looks like Carlos is singing a different tune. And I want to know why that is, because at first I thought he was very consistent and persistent in stating that Melody's fan base did too much. And if I'm not mistaken, he in fact put us all together and grouped us all together and basically tried to say that it was one specific fan base and not just reality TV stans, which is really more plausible. But I'm just seeing that their tunes are looking a little different, or they're singing a different tune, and I wonder if it's because of ratings, because you're going to hear him clear up a few things regarding the fan base, but I could have sworn at first he was striking bloggers' channels and also saying that he would never want his fan base to do this, insinuating that it was Mel's fan base doing all of these crazy things when it could really just be crazy people that are stans of the show. But it's also interesting how Funky Dineva came out to review the show once again, and he made it a point to, one, address the Melometers and also address the fact that he was once a disrespectful blogger. The reason why I believe he did this was because these people are trying to say that the Melometers are this, the Melometers are that, even though there are documented bloggers and content creators that have went way far past the extent Melometers have ever done. And for example, Funky Dineva literally pulled up to Sheree's house one season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I do think it's interesting how they continue to try to say that this fan base do this, that, and a third, when at the end of the day, there are plenty of reality TV stans. Funky Dineva was one of them, just not for Real Housewives or Love and Marriage Huntsville. So I do think it's interesting, and it's a big contradiction that they then claim that there are bloggers or Melometers that come up and pop up to their homes, which is not true. Yet they support Funky Dineva, who is to a content creator blogger that has popped up to a reality star personality home. And we have yet to see the proof of any of these reality stands popping up to the Scott's home. Now, we do know you stay on a busy street and you live in Huntsville, Alabama, which is a small town. So people drive past your home often because it's a main highway. But those people aren't Melometers. Those are regular Huntsville people. And what I think is more funny is the fact that Kimmy says that Mel's fan base isn't kind to them when they aren't kind to Mel. But also, while allowing her little 3, 4, 5 people to be rude and nasty to Mel in her comment section, but never really having anything to say, even though they claim they wouldn't allow their fan base to do or say the things that we do and say. The truth is, if they had the fan base, they would allow them to do it, because the little bit of people that they do have that support them, they let them run bonkers, okay? And never choose to say anything about it. And they don't have to. And we don't require them to. But they want Mel to put a checking on her fan base because the lack thereof when it comes to their fan base.
It seemed like a lot of the girls did not support the podcast. Now, Melody's thing, and I know for a fact it sold out. It was amazing, right? It was amazing. But why didn't they come? I mean, the new girl didn't come, Nell didn't come, Tisha didn't come, Kimmy didn't come. Why didn't they come to support Melody?
So, as we saw in the episode, Kimmy and... Okay, so in the first episode, remember Destiny and Tisha had the conversation about, are you going to the podcast? And they were saying they weren't going to go because of Melody's fan base. They feel like Melody's fan base are not nice to them.
It's just a group of evil females, and they're middle-aged females that's very unhappy in life.
A group of deplorables.
Got it.
These motherfuckers are batshit crazy.
I have never seen such a toxic group of people. Exactly. I feel like it's a group of broken women.
Yeah, you telling me all the dirt you can on this girl.
Yeah. The people that have critical thinking ability, they actually don't get on the internet and make those type of comments.
I'm sorry, what? Worry about pimping your daughter.
And then in this most recent episode, Kimmy said, the people who flock to you, they're mean to me.
Like, baby, kind of don't have that much hair right now.
As far as your body's concerned, all of this stuff is mental.
Girl, she called me all kinds of names to my husband because he gives her this much leash and she takes advantage of it.
You throw something with him, and then for some odd reason, people just start dancing on me.
The more that I embrace you as a person and not a sexual partner, the more that I'll get sex.
And if I was there, they would have been mean to me because they were mean to Sonny. And Mel said, well, based on the circumstances with Sonny, that's why, the audience was activated. And obviously, it was my show. The audience at the podcast were lovely. It was filled with Melometers and raindrops. And I have to say to you, Heavenly, it was filled with beautiful people. We had a beautiful time. I stayed behind. I took pictures with the Melometers. I had a great time. So the thing is this, Stormy was even there. And Stormy, from my understanding, had no issues. So I am aware that there are some people, because I don't like to say everybody, because I feel like we all have fans. If my raindrops would ever do that, I would be like, what are y'all doing? It's not okay to do that. Nobody should be assaulting people like that. It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
And what I don't do, I don't group the totality of the fan base with certain people who do stuff within that fan base, right? Everybody in the fan base has at least 1, 2, or more who do the most. So I'll say this, there are some people who do the most, right? But you can't blame the whole fan base for that, to me.
And my whole thing is like with the fan base, with the Melody, usually the people are mean online. Like I've had people say all kind of shit to me online, but in public, I've never had a problem. Ain't nobody never called me no bitch or nothing. In public, like, there go that bitch, other than Sweet Tea Mama. You know what I'm saying? I've never had that happen. You understand what I'm saying? Like, to me, when I see people and I go out, they're always lovely. Now, I don't know what they saying online. I think they get them fake accounts or whatever and say whatever to you. But in person, the people are different. So, you know what I mean? I don't think it would have been a problem. That's what I want to say. got with the girl. She was asking them why they didn't come to the podcast. They explained to her, and you just tell me what else happened, because, Chad, I don't remember.
Okay, that's okay. So they expressed why they did not come to the podcast, and then they brought up Destiny.
We're going to talk about the Dusty Dan part of this interview tomorrow or in a different video. I just wanted to put this cute debunkture together. I want y'all to get in the comment section and let me know what you think. I think everybody is changing their tune, and I want to know why.
Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. 'Cause the love you give, you can't replace.
It's not in
That's why I'm mine. I spend my life